Hello, it's Kevin, and this is Coaching in a Crisis. Today's edition, we're going to talk about what happens when the crisis returns. Dun, 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 dun. Sometimes, as we're going through these crises, we finally get to a point where things feel right. We're past it, we're adapting, we're normalizing things, and then wham, it hits us. And we're right back to where we started again. And something occurs to where it kind of snaps us back to remember we are in a crisis, and here's what it looks like again. What do? Well, we coach through it, remember? And if you remember the first kind of the introductory thing where we talked about the three elements of coaching through a crisis, number one was feedback, number two is recognition, number three was focus. So following that model, the first thing we're going to do is provide feedback. And that feedback's going to be direct and kind of in your face. We need to let them know, hey, this impacted. I saw it. I felt it. Here's how it occurred to me. Here's how I noticed it. Here's how it impacted my family and me. And we're very out in the open. And then follow that up with empathetic questioning. So how did it occur? When did you first notice it? How did it impact? How's your wife doing through this? How's your 16-year-old? I understand they were having some troubles. So those sorts of things kind of show that you're connecting, that you understand clearly what's going on in their world. Don't try to hide it. The second piece is recognition. Now, this is an important piece because they need to know that you know that they are working through this and given the opportunity. They're on the phone with you, or video or wherever. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but help them get to the finish line. So recognize that they're there. They've showed up. They've talked about it. They're willing to address the issues that are significant. They're sharing those issues with you. So we're bringing things out in the open. All those are critical. And then finally, we got to get them focused because we got to go forward. Focusing in the middle of a kind of a crisis reoccurrence, one of the best things we can do. It helps people kind of anchor again. It helps people get to a spot that's comfortable. It allows them to move forward. One of the ways that we'll do it now, though, is we might ask them, as opposed to saying, well, here's what we're going to do. Why not ask them? Say, well, since it's kind of reoccurred and it's kind of thrown us all into a topsy-turvy world, what do you think we should do? Do we kind of just business as usual? Do we need to alter things a little bit? Tell me what would be best. You'd be surprised, most of the time they're going to want you to come to as much normal as you can given the circumstance. So, and besides, if you ask them, you've got their input and they're the ones who are actually driving it. Their idea, they'll make it work. So key points for coaching in a crisis when the crisis returns. Hope it helps some. Look forward to additional episodes. I'm Kevin Birchelman, and this again is Coaching in a Crisis.